Megan.
Well, it's a hub for summer recreational fun, but 10 months ago, floodwaters rushed into McCook Lake and changed the lake bed possibly forever.
This was the scene the evening of June 28, 2024. A viewer sent that never-before-seen video to KTIV. You can see water from the Big Sioux River gushing into the lake through the neighborhood. Floodwaters causing catastrophic structural damage to homes and roads in the McCook Lake neighborhood of North Sioux City, South Dakota. Since the flood, KTIV's been showing you the damage and the recovery process from shore.
Now this morning, the lake itself is the focus. I hopped on a boat to get a closer look at what the flood left behind. Climbing into a flat-bottom boat on a sunny spring afternoon, I head out onto McCook Lake with North Sioux City Police Chief Headid and Izaak Walton Caretaker Renae Hansen.
You can see the line of the mud and the sand.
10 months ago, this oxbow lake was full of summer fun. Now,
you got to really watch because there's two pieces of Shelly's house, not just one.
In the evening hours of June 23, 2024, floodwaters from the Big Sioux River rushed into the McCook Lake neighborhood, leaving catastrophic damage in its wake. Much of the debris now sitting at the bottom of McCook Lake. The lake level is so low right now. We're really getting an idea of just how much debris is in McCook Lake, washed ashore from everything that you see over here. Homes used to stand in a lot of these areas you can see along the shoreline, but we're seeing pieces of homes, we're seeing large trees, even a car uncovered in the lake. That car visible by its dented rooftop, missing since the flood. It traveled across the lake before settling to the bottom. Do you know what kind of car it's supposed to be?
A 2008 Chevy Malibu.
Large pieces of homes buried in mud and water, remnants of the lives that once lived inside their walls. Hansen can often tell which debris pile once belonged to each of her neighbors' homes.
Yeah, Anna Folk's roof from the corner on Penrose and North Shore, that green tin roof.
And clear over here.
Yep, you can only really see half of it. The other half is in the weeds, and it's just as big as that.
Dead trees are everywhere, sticking high out of the water. The floodwaters' path evident in the lake.
That's the tree that's got two big hunks of wood in it. Hunks of house. That's ground zero. That little area with no trees is ground zero.
McCook Lake was once a local recreational hotspot.
We're stuck.
Now, its bottom is so uneven. Even our boat with a depth finder can't make it through.
How much debris is in here? There's so much stuff.
And now that we're out here and seeing it go from
2
6 feet to
inches.
2 inches immediately.
Yeah, right now, no warning.
We kept getting stuck in mud and debris. At the heart of the lake, the debris field is wide. As we head around the north end, where floodwaters largely left homes untouched, we find a hot tub, a refrigerator, other large items nestled among the weeds near the swim beach.
There's a chair, there's a couple of tables, there's all kinds of stuff.
Cinder blocks, railroad ties, chunks of boat docks and slips, everyday items like shoes, Ziploc bags, things we never think twice of, now encapsulated in the mud and muck of McCook Lake.
There's a lot of stuff
so
because, I mean, where did it go?
Yeah.
Where's the swing sets? Where's the retaining walls? Where's the washers, the dryers, the refrigerators? I mean, we found the wine fridge, we found a king-size mattress, but there's so much more that didn't float away. It just sunk down to the bottom.
McCook Lake has changed forever. The picturesque shoreline once full of life, dotted now by empty lots where homes once stood. The lake itself, eerily quiet, shallow, dirty. Will it ever be what it once was? That's the question everyone is asking, yet no one seems to have the answer to. With Chief Videographer Acacia Phillips in McCook Lake, South Dakota. Katie Koppel, KTIV News 4. Just 2 days after our tour of the lake, that car was pulled from the lake bed. A tow company had to access the McCook Lake Island and use special equipment to get to that Chevy Malibu. The car's owner knew it had ended up in the lake during the flood. It was just a matter of locating it and waiting for the water levels to drop low enough to get it pulled out.
We used a boat to get out to it. We ran the straps through the windshield and out the back window. We put 2 winch box with skid loaders on them. And once we broke the suction of the mud and whatever else is underneath, it started pulling up pretty easy after that.
Well, it wasn't an easy process to get that car up. Work to get the other large pieces of debris out of the lake safely is still underway. There is still a boat trailer that searchers haven't located.
Renters